All right, guys, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of JB360. We have here the Isinwheel GT1 electric scooter, and I gotta say, this thing is definitely it looks like it packs a lot of power just from the overall design of it. But this is actually a commuter scooter, and a pretty fast one too. It claims a top speed of 28 miles per hour, but I mean, we'll be doing our test later on in the review. But it's a really nice looking scooter, honestly, for a commuter scooter. And the thing to note actually too is the dual suspension on the front and back. I think that's definitely a good touch, for everyday riding, especially if you're taking this to work. And you do have some sort of, some potholes here and there, some bumpy roads. So I think the addition of front and rear suspension is definitely good for this type of scooter. So yeah, guys, let's kind of do a little bit of a quick overview of some of the features and specs. So one thing to note, the Isinwheel GT1 actually comes with a 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery. So I would say overall, this is probably good for like short to medium commutes. Definitely not for longer commutes, unless you plan on charging at work and simultaneously, maybe at another location. So I would say short to medium commutes, ideally for this type of scooter. As you can see here, we are rocking rear and front drum brakes. These are the cable style brakes, and I think it's totally fine for this type of scooter. Other thing to note, we are rocking an 800 watt nominal rear hub motor. This is a single motor scooter. This does not feature dual hubs. So 800 watts, probably peaks at about 1,000 watts. As we make our way to the controls over here, we have our light controls, our switches over here. We have our headlight, which also actually turns on the deck as well. We also have a horn. We have a power button to power on the display, and also the plus and minus to cycle through the speed modes, and then the M settings, which you can actually access the P settings through here if you hold it down for about 3 seconds. So as we make our way over to the display, really nice lit display here. Has everything you need in terms of like trip information, also your voltage here. Obviously we're running 48 volts, top speed numbers. It actually if whatever top speed you get, it actually kind of sticks it to the speedometer over here, so you can know like what top speed you've reached. Obviously miles per hour here, the type of mode that you're on right now, as well as the assist mode over here. And you can cycle through just by pressing the plus and minus. 4 being turbo, the fastest. We have our standard 3 mode, which is like, I guess, their race mode. And then eco, obviously, pretty self-explanatory. And 1, I believe, is just kind of like walking mode with the scooter if you're in a crowd and you're just kind of like pushing it along. And then over here we have the trigger throttle, which is actually a pretty common throttle type for overall for stand-up scooters. So the trigger throttle is over here, pretty nice. There is also cruise control enabled, as you can see here. I believe you can actually turn this off. There's an app where you can access the settings. I believe it's the Isinwheel app, but you can actually turn off cruise control, and you can actually lock the scooter as well, just in case you're leaving it for a short period of time. All right, guys, so yeah, let's take this commuter scooter out and see what kind of top speed numbers we get. Let's take it out for its first ride and let you guys know my thoughts at the end of the video. One thing I forgot to mention, the latch on this is a little bit difficult to operate. I mean, it's good that it's hard to like pull out, but you have to lift this latch while at the same time pulling this lever back to unlock the stem. It's like really locked in there. But in terms of like easeability of like pulling the latch out, it's very hard. So just an FYI for any of you guys that are looking to store this thing, just know that this latch it's pretty much lodged in there. So you lift this up and then you pull the lever out, and then it will unlock the stem. All right, let's go. Right now our GPS is synced with the display MPH, so the display is actually correct. Here we go. Woo! Oh my god. We hit max speed already. Oh shit. Oh my gosh. Woo! All right, 28 miles an hour. So it's pretty much locked in at that top speed. Woo! Yeah, we're hitting a little bit of uphill here. 27, not bad, pretty good. 27 to 28 miles top speed for a pretty light scooter like this one is you don't find many out there on the market, you know, especially at this price point. It's like, I believe, under 500 if I'm not mistaken. And now we have cruise control activated here, so I don't even have my finger on the acceleration, on the throttle. And it's just coasting. So to disable the cruise control while you're riding, all you have to do is just hit the throttle while cruise control is active and it'll disable it. And then also if you hit the brakes, it will also disable cruise control. But not bad for a little 800 watt scooter. There's not many many bike lanes out here, so I gotta kind of like stick to the side a little bit. And this thing has pretty good initial torque. So if I click on the throttle here, see if it kind of kicks in. You feel it kind of just jerk you forward a little bit. So personally, me, I'm not a fan of like cruise control. I mean, unless you're like, your commute involves like a good number of miles and like bike paths, I don't really see the need for cruise control. You know, especially you gotta kind of stay aware of your surroundings, especially in the city. So I don't know if I would want to have cruise control active. And it's just like a safety thing too, because especially if you don't know that it's on, it can kind of surprise you, especially if you're trying to like brake right away. So not my number one feature, I would say, on a scooter. But overall feels really nice. Super smooth. And fast enough to keep up with just regular city traffic, I think. The one thing I will say is, I mentioned this before too in my my overview, is I just wish the pack was a little bit bigger in terms of amp hours. 10 amp hours will only get you so far, you know. Like honestly, if you were to ride this, and I'm giving an estimate here, probably in the highest mode, you're probably only going to see about maybe 15 to 20 miles per charge. That's really good for just like short to medium commutes. And I would say definitely bring your charger for sure. Suspension is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best suspension for a commuter scooter, but I mean, you do have front and rear suspension, which does help with some of these bumps here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're hitting a ton of tiles here. But I don't know if you guys can feel if you could see the vibrations from the camera. It's just like a constant. Oh yeah. Constant vibration. I think the deck width and length are pretty good. I wear a size 11 shoe, so my foot is, you know, I guess fairly like bigger than average, I guess. And it fits the deck rather comfortably. Then if you're kind of looking to maybe carve a little bit, the dual sport tires do a great job of hugging the road. So in order to access the app and connect your scooter to the app, you have to download the Isinwheel app. That's located in the Play Store or the Apple App Store if you have. You want to just make sure that you enable Bluetooth and location while using the app. and then it will search for nearby devices, as you guys can see here. See, the GT1 shows up there, and the device is being added as we speak. Added successfully. Then we're going to hit done. Then it gives you some of these little specs here and there, like your trip mileage, your total mileage over here. Also, you could lock your scooter. So if I swipe the lock symbol over here, it actually puts the scooter in this like park mode. So say I try turning it on, I can't unlock it, the throttle is locked. If I try actually to move it, it will beep and it will actually lock the motor. See, I cannot move this forward. It just kind of struggles, it fights back. And that's awesome. That's a great security feature, especially if you're leaving, you know, if you want to temporarily lock your scooter and you're going to the coffee shop or something like that for something quick. That is a great feature. And then to unlock it, you would just swipe it to the right there, and you can see your screen goes back to your normal dash, and you're pretty much good to go. And then you can actually enable some of the features here, like the headlight, cruise control, your start mode. So I'm going to disable cruise because personally I don't like it that much. But yeah, and then your start mode is basically your takeoff strength. You could do 0 takeoff or non-takeoff, which I think is non-takeoff is like when you actually push the scooter to start it. I don't really like it that much because you kind of forget to do that, especially if you're at a stoplight. But overall, simple features for the Isinwheel, but I would say pretty vital for like securing a scooter. All right, so let's continue this ride. We're gonna cycle through the modes and let you know in terms of what the top speed is for each mode. So we'll test it out on speed mode assist 1. Ooh, it actually has a nice little takeoff. All right, here we go. I got it to about 9 miles an hour and I am hammered down on the throttle here, okay? So that's speed assist 1. Speed assist 2, which is their eco. Here we go. Oh, we got a little bit of speed here. 15. Oh, nice. 15 miles an hour, okay. Very nice. 16, I saw. All right, 203. Here we go. Whoa, we're going. We're cruising. Don't worry, there's no one here at the stop sign, so we're gonna crank it down. About 21 miles an hour. Woo! Mode 3. That's nice, actually. That's a nice little mode there. For the bike path, you don't need to go that fast. Barreling through. Oh man, this is about like 8-9 miles an hour. Overall, solid commuter scooter. I think for someone that's just looking for something lighter, you know, for their apartment or just their overall work commute or, you know, leisurely activity here and there, I think this is the perfect fit for that category. Again, I do wish though that the battery was a little bit bigger. I would say 15 amp hours should be sort of your minimum for a commuter scooter. And I think, you know, if you're able to get the pack to about like 18 or 20 amp hours, I think that's also ideal too. You know, especially for people that do have kind of longer commutes. So if they don't have to charge at work, especially if they can't, I think that's pretty important. You got to kind of think about that in terms of your consumer base. But overall, solid scooter for the price. Again, under $500. Dual suspension, single motor, 800 watts, peaks at about 1,000 watts. Really not bad, honestly. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I do like the form factor of it. Pretty small, but the deck is actually kind of wide enough for people with sort of larger than average feet, I guess. But yeah, overall solid commuter scooter. I like the security feature, sort of with the locking wheel, as well as the sort of app features, the simple app features that you have but overall ones that I think are necessary for something like this, especially in the city. So yeah, guys, that is my final thoughts on the Isinwheel. Solid scooter for the price. Don't expect much in terms of range. Again, light to medium commutes, I would say. But yeah, overall, really solid. And yeah, guys, if you guys like today's video, please be sure to like, comment, or even subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.